Alright, you guys, since I have my shit together and all, this is my makeup, you know, I did a circle lens review, makeup tutorial for you guys. I'm just on it today and whatnot, which is funny, but it's after exam, so we're good. I have like one more exam and that's not for like 2 weeks, so I thought, why not, you know, with my Sunday. Alright, so we're gonna talk about Koakuma Ageha. As most of you know, it just now revived and everything, and I was just going to give you guys an overview of it for those of you who are debating on whether or not to purchase the magazine again. First off, I'm going to say, because the magazine has been in such a weird position in terms of whether it's going to, you know, stay published or not. We've already had like pretty much a scare with that. I really discourage scanlations at this point. Just get the magazine. I know that's really difficult because I know a lot of people like reblogging like the fashion stuff and everything, and I get it. I love doing that too, but with the fact that we basically have a second chance to, you know, have Ageha in our possession and get like updated trends and everything, I just don't recommend it. But I am going to kind of give you an overview of Koakuma Ageha, and what it all consists of now, and what it might consist of in the future, actually. So first off, Koakuma Ageha is an agejo hostess type of magazine. It's known for being, as you see here, kind of cute, but I've been told that it has like really dark stories about the girls and everything, so it's not exactly kind of a cutesy magazine. It's a little bit for older women, I guess you could say. Koakuma Ageha basically translate, I think, into little devil butterfly, like a type of butterfly. So this is just a previous issue. This is the This is the August issue, and it comes with like a little Lisa bag and everything. This is from 2013. And this was the style that they did beforehand. It's really sparkly and glittery, and that was the thing that attracted me to Ageha, was the fact that it was a really sparkly and bright magazine. This is actually the first gyaru magazine I ever got into, and it just kind of stood out. Pop Teen was great and everything back at the time, and so was Egg, but for some reason this stood out to me more. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's the fact that the makeup's heavier. As you see, I am definitely attracted to heavier makeup. I'm not sure what it was about Ageha that really drew me in, but ever since, I was hooked on it. And, you know, when it stopped, it was really shocking when they said, like, we're not going to do any more Ageha and everything, because I'm such a big fan. I've been such a big fan of, like, Shizukamoto, who has graduated from Ageha, but I really, really like Sakurai Dina, who doesn't like Sakurai Dina. So it was a really, really big deal. When it ended, and when Egg, you know, decided to follow suit, that was even scarier. So we didn't have Happy Nuts, we didn't have Ageha, we didn't have Egg. Ranzuki was changing its image, and all we basically had left was Pop Teen, and Pop Teen is going for like a more cutesy, like otome style. Like, I don't know exactly how to explain how Pop Teen has transformed, but I don't really consider it as much of a gyaru magazine as just generally a magazine for teens. I think Pop Teen basically has just kind of bandwagoned with what's been trendy, and gyaru at one point was very, very trendy. Hence Tsubasa Masuwaka and Kumiki and Okarie, but like all the old models basically have graduated in Pop Teen, other than, you know, Pikarin, in my opinion. So unless gyaru makes a huge comeback, I don't really see Pop Teen being a really big magazine anymore. And I don't know about the future of Egg. Egg is pretty much considered the gyaru Bible. And, yeah, that's kind of gone too, and I have the last issue of that. But, when I heard that Ageha was coming back, I was like, oh wow, how are they gonna do this? Because, basically, from what I've been told, gyaru has kind of toned down and kind of went underground. I don't know. Somebody told me recently, a really good source who visited Japan, that gyaru hadn't died. And my theory on this is that gyaru is no longer in Shibuya. Maybe it has moved districts or something. You know, if you're looking to see like the really eccentric girls, you're not gonna maybe find that as much anymore over there. But clearly hostess culture is still alive. Agejo has this kind of matured and developed into this ladylike thing. So now we have the new Koakuma Ageha, and as you see, just from the style of the magazine, they have changed how they're shooting the models. They still do a couple bright pages in this. I'm not going to flip through it really, but their photography style has even changed compared to how they used to shoot their models, which is really, really interesting. There's a lot of new brands featured in here as well. The first thing I opened up to was a Ghost of Harlem ad, and that is something that I don't think I've seen in a Ageha before. So that was really, really shocking for me to see that in this magazine. I've seen Ghost of Harlem and Kara. I think I've seen it in something else as well, but I've never seen it in Ageha, I don't think. So seeing that in there, you know, was really shocking. But at the same time, Rina's their model right now, so I mean that makes sense. And Rina is, as you say, the cover model, but she's definitely repping a lot of the brands in this magazine. It's almost crazy how Rina saturated this magazine is now. So if you're a really big fan of her, this is definitely the time to get this magazine because she is all in it. Some really, really interesting attributes to this magazine. They did, from what I could tell, like a street snap. It wasn't really a street snap because it was the models of the girls, and basically I think the question asked, because I saw a bunch of frappuccinos besides, so I'm assuming that that meant what their favorite frappuccino was. And so they'd have like an outfit picture of what they were wearing, like a street snap, and then they'd be like, what's your favorite frappuccino? And I think the top 3 were like green tea, caramel, and dark mocha. And Rina doesn't drink any Starbucks at all. So yeah, that was kind of interesting and stuff, and the outfits were really cute, and I wonder if they're going to stick to this format and do street snaps of just regular everyday like gyaru, agejo girls and ask them what their favorite frappuccino is. Like that would be kind of interesting, honestly. Like, what's your cord? Like, what brands are you wearing? And oh, by the way, what's your favorite Starbucks frappuccino? Because a lot of people drink Starbucks, clearly. So I mean, that would be kind of an interesting way to put a take on it, I guess. There's a lot of different things in here. I think something that they explained in here was things that they discovered over the year that this was gone, like all the models did, like what they were up to and everything. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can't fully read Japanese or anything, so a lot of it was assumption on what it would be, but that was really, really interesting. As you see, like the makeup style has gotten a lot more fluttery. I don't know exactly how to explain how agejo has kind of evolved. It's very ladylike. The silhouettes and the prints, especially for this season, are a lot of jewels, a lot of floral. It's sexy, but it's not like lingerie where like you assume with Mars, and it definitely doesn't have the Take That Gold's Infinity used to have or anything like that. Like it's its own thing now. Like I really don't know exactly how to explain this. You're gonna have to see the magazine for yourself. If you'd like a good example of what agejo's kind of evolved into, look on YouTube for the brand Ratty, or I think it's Rady? Ready? I think, I'm not exactly sure how exactly it's pronounced, but it's Shizuka Moto's brand, and it definitely shows what it looks like now, and it's really cool watching the models shoot, because they do videos of their photo shoots and everything, and I wish they'd do that for this. I think it'd get a lot of fanfare if they'd like do videos of the shoots and stuff. I know Pop Teen does it, and a couple brands like Coco Lulu, or at least Coco Lulu used to, I'm not sure about it anymore. Some of the brands like take videos of what their photo shoots look like, but I think it would be really interesting to have videos of their photo shoots to see what, you know, they get down to on a daily basis in the studios over there. Just because, you know, their makeup is really eccentric and everything. It'd be really cool to see that. Basically, excuse my brother, he's playing video games and he's being really loud and really obnoxious. But anyways, going back to the magazine. Yeah, even the photography style in this, it's not even just the cover, it's definitely in the spreads as well. There is a, as I said, if you like Rina, she's all in it. There is a lingerie spread of Rina in this, and it's fucking gorgeous. Like, goals. Can I look like that at 32, please? That's really, really, really interesting. Another really interesting aspect of this is there's new models in this. I don't exactly know if they're exactly models, and I think Ami Hamu has been in Ageha before because it's in her profile. If anybody doesn't know who Ami Hamu is, she, I think, was a Tutu-ha, like Glaville shop girl for a while, and then she moved on to Sex Pot Revenge, and I know she models for Sex Pot Revenge. And then she's on Instagram, she's on everywhere. If you look at Rock Gyaru, Ami Hamu was exactly who you think of being Rock Gyaru. Other than Sakurina, who I think is just Sakurina is just a well-rounded model. I don't think she exactly has one style that she exactly sticks to. But Ami Hamu has definitely been like rock gal all the way. As for, there's this one model, and she kind of replicates Tsubasa Masuaka's style, a little bit. I think she did a lot of makeup tutorials on how to do like Tsubasa Masuaka style like makeup, like the doe-eyed, like, and right now she's hardly wearing makeup because Tsubasa isn't, and I know like she does things for Priscilla, but so does Rina, and oh my gosh, I don't even know her name, Yayoi, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but she's in this too, and that really shocked me because I don't think she was in this before. Seeing Ami Hamu and her in this really like threw me off because like I felt I've lurked on them on Instagram, but seeing them in print is kind of interesting, and it shows how like these people are kind of just everyday people and they kind of launch off into something else. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, I highly recommend getting this magazine. There's a bunch of different things in here. Let me see if I'm missing anything to like show you guys. I'm not gonna show the magazine just because like I feel like it's just a necessity to buy it, and I don't want to like spoil it for you exactly. They do have like your typical hairstyle, makeup style type of magazine that's definitely in here. There's some really interesting ads for like glow-in-the-dark shoes. I was showing one of my friends a little while ago, and I thought those are really neat as much as their stripper heels. Trying to look through like one last time to see if I missed anything to like tell you guys about, but I think that's about it. There's like a lot of like top eyelashes, like favorite eyelashes, favorite like brands to wear and everything. They do like a lot of that, like a ranking ever so often. They have in other magazines before too. And they show you how to do eye makeup, but that's typical for Ageha, same goes with hair. They kind of do like, that's called detailed eye makeup, but I don't really think it's that detailed. And just like a lot of articles, which I wish I could read, because they look really interesting, and the pictures beside them look really interesting. And here's the lingerie shoot, and Starbucks Street Snap, that's what I'm going to call it. There's just really nice pictures in here. There's the really glittery, like bright, overexposed photography style that was in here before, but they've definitely upped their game, even on their photography in this magazine. It's really interesting to see them kind of darken it and everything. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it. I'm really curious to see what format they're gonna follow, or if this is like the format, the true format of the magazine. There's a couple things that I'm wondering if they're gonna keep adding to this. You know, I think this is just kind of like a trial run, but I'm really excited to see what the next issue is gonna look like and who's gonna be on the cover, because clearly they have some new models and some old models alike. So yeah, that's been kind of my overview of Koakuma Ageha. So I hope this kind of helps you and kind of like gives you kind of an idea of what the magazine is kind of looking like now in comparison to before. And if anything, as I said, I'm definitely discouraging scanlations. Just buy the magazine. I got my own CD Japan for about $13, which is, it's pricey, but you know, it's worth the sacrifice. You know, if anything, how I've been doing it is, depending on who's on the cover, that's when I'm gonna get it, you know. But basically, it was really fun and very interesting to read. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps set your decision on whether or not to buy it again. Alright guys, thanks, bye.